All right, testing one, two, three. Let me see if I can hear myself on the television before we get started here. Welcome to the broadcast. Hello, YouTube. I do hear myself. Hello, YouTube. Hello. See if I need to adjust the volume. Maybe just a little bit. All right. All right. So I hope everybody's doing great today. Welcome to YouTube broadcast. I am Gwen Michelle. I am here sent to tell tales of self help and hope. Hope is the new dope. Feel free to come in, join in on the conversation if you would like. I will be showcasing another story from the state of Mississippi. Hi, Joshua. The state of Mississippi here. As we did on last week, we covered a story. So this week, we're back in Mississippi again in Jackson, Mississippi, the capital of a very hmm, kitchen table conversation type thing. You know how sometimes in real life you have to pull the chairs up to the table, the kitchen table. Well, I'm from that type of era, like those kitchen table conversations, and this is the first of many, more than likely. I don't know, could be the first of only one, but being led to talk about this. So this is my rendition of the Rabbit Holes of True Freestyle Conversations now in a more structured form called the Kitchen Table Conversation. So we're going to talk about Jackson, Mississippi today. And, the violence, the crime, the senseless deaths, the children, the mothers, the fathers, all of this stuff is wicked and evil. And it does not have a race attached to it. We just so happen to be in a racist state. But this story that I'm going to share today involves all people that looks just like me. And I'm an African American woman. So this is the problem. This is a big problem. How do we think that other people are going to respect us and treat us right if we're not even treating ourselves right? Cold hearted. This involves a baby as well. This baby was at home with his mama and his auntie. This baby, his mama and his auntie are no longer here as of Saturday, day for yesterday, as they say. So it's very sad that the black on black crimes don't get publication like I feel like a lot of them should. But through this platform, I am going to start doing it, whatever I'm led to do. I didn't even want to speak on anything else on YouTube, but this is serious. Hey, Yvette, but you got two women and a baby dead by hands of two other black men. So explain that. Evil is evil. And that's all it is. I'm gonna start here in just about 5 minutes. Give me just a moment. Because this is crazy, y'all.
Gwen Michelle, sent to tell tales of self-help and hope. Let's go, let's go. Who are you? If I may ask the question with all concern, I do understand that we all must learn exactly the identity of what we possess. Never ever think you are less than the next. Maintain respect and humbly pray, tuning out what enemies say. Allow the mean to be the thing to push you to greater. Yes, soon and not later. Our skin alone tells powerful lessons. Wrinkles result of stressing. Let us refuse to continue to use false reasons for defeated seasons. Who are you? Answer your own question and tell raw facts, not anyone's business concerning the lack of positive axes. How to handle situations relating to relations and outcomes when cat daddy shows up. Sister girl, let's run. Stay focused, seek the Father which art in heaven. My story is baptized, creek water, age 11. I know who I am, I want you to know too. Growth daily, we never through knowledge is power. available any all hours. Stay focused and drink lots of H2O. Rise up, let the world know I am okay. I understand best decisions have to be made today. Gwen Michelle, another tale of self-help and hope.
All right, so we're back. Today is Tuesday, June the 30th, last day of June. And we're back for the weekly story. And we are still in the state of Mississippi as we were last week. Last week, we talked about the young baby, Cohen Wiley, who was laid to rest on this past Saturday, I think. Yes. And he was killed by the hands of police. Hi, Miss Patty. Good morning. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're back in Mississippi for another story. And this one here, to me, should be talked about, if not more, than the one that happened in Senatobia. Because this is, look, all these people look like me. These two 28-year-old men, they took out a mother, her sister, and a 2-year-old baby intentionally. Shot them in the house intentionally. They're not releasing a whole lot of information because they just got this, just made the arrest yesterday, but this happened on Saturday. And I have been watching it and praying that they find out who did that. They have not yet announced the relation, but they do know that it was intentional. So you got two young men, and the story says they're not related, but both last name are Carter. Both of these young men are so evil, y'all, that they went on a mission to kill a child. Hey, young Riz. And see, to me, evil don't have color. I always say that because going back a week ago, we were rinsing and raving about a 1-year old that was shot by the police in Walmart. Well, here's a 2-year-old little boy that's no longer here, but because of these two clowns right here, Cornelius and Jordan. Cornelius and Jordan. I'm gonna share a little bit more about it, but they had a press conference yesterday, or was this morning? Anyway, they announced that they worked quickly to find, and see, kudos to the police department for not sitting down on this. Had not a child been involved, I don't think they would have moved so quickly. But whether it's a child, a dog, a person, an old person, whatever, you know, it's important. So I'm glad the streets started talking because bearing a child, I haven't had to, lay either one of my children to rest. So I don't know what that feel like. But to have a child and a mama and aunt all die at the same time, can you imagine what the mothers or the grandma? It's this is a lot. And so this is what I'm talking about, the rah. Where's all the people in the community, now bring about the stop of the violence, because this is not a white police coming shooting a baby here. This is something totally different. They both are equally evil, but I feel if we can try to put a stop on anything, we got a better chance of trying to help our own people than to stop the police. This is wild. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Truly they, and when they revealed that yes, they intentionally did it, I just hit the floor because two suspects have been arrested in connection with the shooting death of two sisters and a 2-year-old on Saturday night. Jackson Police Department Chief Rochelle Brackney made the announcement during a press conference Monday night. The suspects have been identified as 28-year-old Cornelius Carter and 28-year-old Jordan Carter. The two suspects are not related to each other, Brackney said. Cornelius is currently facing charges of capital murder and for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Jordan Carter has also been charged with capital murder. The two suspects were arrested after law enforcement attempted a traffic stop on a vehicle connected with the investigation. After the driver did not stop, officers were led on a pursuit before the suspects were taken into custody. Brackney added that this shooting was a targeted attack. So, again, kudos to the police for working quickly on this to get these monsters off the streets. Hi, Marina. How you doing? Good morning. Welcome, everybody. These are monsters, and this is somebody's son. You know what I'm saying? These somebody's children. These somebody they may have kids of their own, but what type of person would I mean, oh my goodness. The game has changed, y'all. It done flipped. Like, this is wild. Since when did women and children, be that's wow. That is so wow. These different kind of shooters, these different kind of hot boys here, y'all. These they call them YNs. They heartless. Back in my day, kids and women were off limits. But now you get who just came home? Oh, young Ridge, what you bringing? He just came home. This is wild. Who and do you know this? Listen, let me tell y'all something. Can you? I mean, who? I ain't got the heart to kill nobody unless you trying to kill me. But to just willingly shoot a child, what is wrong? Ooh, see, this is different level demons, and these be the little cute thug boys that's having sex with our young queens, polluting them. Yeah, some of them get caught up in that life with these knuckleheads like this right here. See this, that one on the left, he gonna be alright. He belong in the cell. That one on the right, he like, man, I shouldn't have did this. Like, yeah, neither here nor there. It's just it's unfortunate. These are times we living in. Keep your heads on a swivel as much as you can. Cause Cornelia could be pumping his gas by you at the gas station smoking a cigarette. Don't say nothing to him. Don't you say a word. Don't you say son. Don't say nothing. You hurry up, put your gas in your car, and you go on and live. Don't say these. They are why. Yeah, why in? Listen, this is wild. Yeah, I'm finna play the video, but how in the hell? When did black men started killing black women and children? I'm talking about black. They talking about the white police. Forget that honky up there in Saratoga. I'm talking about Charlie's, Cornelius, and Jordan. What's wrong, man? What's the motive? They haven't announced the motive. They keeping it hush hush. But this is gonna get sinister, y'all. I bet this is deep. Don't y'all remember? See, Mississippi, let me tell you something, Mississippi. Do y'all not remember, Miss Pat? I know you remember. This boy cut his own mama up. See, they talk about the trees and the lynching. All of the evil energy has soaked into a lot of blacks here now, and they're doing things that's just as bad as lynching. He chopped his mama up and then tried to flush the flesh. And they said, what is that in that toilet bowl? This is evil. And think that some of your kids may be friends with these demons. You know what? Y'all, this is spiritual warfare. And if you don't see it, I hope the talks that we do, different ones on social media, the events that are happening, The prophecies that are being fulfilled, the things that, see, I told y'all, God told me, He said this summer was gonna be, He said it was gonna be a whopper. He said it was gonna be a whopper. You hear me? The demons have got to be stopped. How do we do that? For those of us who know, it's time to go to work. It don't always require holding a sign and boots on the ground. I'm talking about warring in the spirit. Those are lost souls. A person like that, Cornelius would spray me with gas at this pump and he would throw his cigarette on me. That's what we're walking amidst amongst. That's what Jordan would run me off the road and look me dead in my eye. They don't care. They don't care nothing about prison. They don't care nothing about dying. They don't care nothing about your mama crying. They don't care anything. All they want is them little cash outs, little couple. People will kill for $2,000. Now I know this to be real life. You know, ooh, child. Yeah, we can't sell our souls to the devil. If you know that this is what's sleeping in your basement, in your house, it's time out for trying to cover this stuff up, y'all. We listen. That mm, let me play the video. Let me play the video. Do I have the video? This story here blew me off my feet. And like I say, I've been watching it and I just been trying to, hold off trying to share anything because I was praying that they catch the people and they got them. They caught them. They caught them. Marina said they'll kid for $1. Yes, they will. Yes, ma'am. And to go buy a bill. I don't know why YouTube don't want to hide that. I remember that horrible story. Yes, Miss. That was one of the most gut wrenching to that story. When I say that story, when they said he tried to flush the rest of her, flush the rest, ooh, you got to be in a Michael Myers type. Ain't no what kind of dope they smoke that put them up there like that. That ain't no. That's woo wow, good grief. And just to think, none of us are exempt. We got to cover our surroundings, ourselves. Ooh, don't bring that why I said don't bring them devil spirit around me. People think I be playing. You not know you can have a visitor to your channel, to your house that can put mess and you wonder why things start happening crazy. Those are evil spirits and they are loose, 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 loose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. I don't know what that is, Marina. I don't know what that is. But see, we want a rah rah rah, when the white man shoot the black baby. But this evil, sinister stuff that lies within our own community, this is what we got to cut these heads off these snakes. And it's the drugs, the lack of education. It's like, my God, life does not have to be chaotic. These young men could be developing themselves. These young men could be principals and, walk around looking sharp. These young men could be whatever it is that they need to do besides end up dead or in jail. And you got blood on your hands like this, a child, two women. Why is you two tripping? Where's my moderators? They will tell you that they don't mind. They will tell you, Miss Patty, where's the ain't nobody in blue. Man, you two whack. But that's all right though. We're gonna get this message out. I'm gonna share what you tell me to share, and that's it. Because this is crazy. Let's see.
I just remember holding my head, being like, how are we so reactive?
Let's skip this. Back it up.
This is a heinous crime. Whoever did this is an absolute coward and is probably the most vilest of human beings. You kill a toddler as well as the child's mother and another person in that home. You know, this violence has got to stop in the city of Jackson. There is no reason at this point in time that we are resorting to violence, whether it's a disagreement, whether it's a domestic violence or any other retaliation for disrespect. If the ultimate outcome is death, then we need to reconsider our values here. I don't know if y'all wanted information. Chief's here, so if the
And you know something else, y'all, that I thought about? People don't stress the importance of mental wellness for these police officers either. Can you imagine pulling up on the scene and you, the officer that got to go in there and look at a dead 2-year old with a bullet probably through his body? These police are not well. A lot of these police are really. I dated one. Well, I dated one and got raped by one. But the one I dated in Birmingham years back, he couldn't sleep. Like, and he was one that didn't want to take no medication. But he had had so many different scenes that play out in his mind. Like he could not sleep. He would drink coffee all day, and he would nod off sitting up, and he would never like really want to lay down. Like, and he would sign up for extra shifts. A lot of them are overworked, they overstimulated because he couldn't settle down to like do nothing. He had to always have something. And that was my experience dating him. And he was one of the ones that asked me to marry him. And I told him, nope, straight up. No, 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 no. And he had a twin, and both of them were cops, y'all, and it was creepy because I couldn't really tell them apart. So that was another red flag. Like, it be some weirdos behind these badges, but I'm just looking at this and feeling the energy of that scene. Can you imagine? Then you got to go home and try to be a normal person with your family. They need to have more type of, I don't know what they do in these departments, but I think it needs to be more evaluations done on these cops, to see if their mental is intact. Because think about a person that's, on the edge themselves, and you go, that could have been the cop at Walmart that shot the baby. I'm not taking up for him, but I'm just saying, we all weak to something. Maybe he did think she was barreling at him. I don't know. That don't give you a right to fire the gun, but he did it. It happened. How can we prevent it from happening again? Check the psyches of these people. And these parents too, y'all. A lot of these kids, it's a man in Texas. He sat there and beat his 8-year-old daughter to death with a belt. Who does that? He beat that little girl. And then there's another kid in Chicago. They fed this boy to death. The boy was weighing 200 and something pounds, y'all. A little boy. And literally they fed him to death. I guess let him eat what he wanted to eat. And I looked at that. I said, now look at this demon. That's a new one now. The one that started the kids been hanging around, but now we doing this? Oh hell no. You get your hands off these kids. This is crazy. I ain't never in my life been so spiritually inclined than I am, y'all, sitting right here, right now. We are watching destruction unfold before our very eyes. And then it's like firemen sitting on the sideline and won't get up and go put the fire out. We got to handle our business, prayer warriors. We got to stop giving in to the enemy. Whatever it takes, little things add up to big things. My little 2 cents plus your little 2 cents, we got $1 after a while, don't we? Hey, I'm just saying, come on now. Who in the hell is able to kill a child intentionally? That ain't nothing but the devil. It goes to show you there is no color. The same demon that shot in that car in Senatobia is the same demon that caused these two clowns here to crash out. And nobody is don't think that it won't happen to you, but when it go knocking at your door, then here they come. Here they come. Won't everybody feel sorry for you? It's a boy in Memphis. I think it was not Memphis. What was that? Not Memphis. I can't remember the city. Maybe it was Memphis. This 12-year-old kid was beating him, and a bunch of more people jumped on the guy, was stomping him and beating him. The man was able to get hold to his pistol and he shot, and the 12-year-old died. So his family just all, and I do feel sorry for them. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But they were making it seem like the boy was just a perfect little kid. Like, but look, this boy on tape stomping somebody out. Like, what are we doing? Do we not know what these kids are involved in? The internet is the devil in disguise when it comes to kids being sneaky. That's a whole nother level of us sneaking on the phone at 2, 3 in the morning than these kids now, DMing somebody pictures of private parts and things of such. An old perverted, nasty men, 60, 70 years old, sitting in chairs naked, chatting with girls, lying like they 15. This is evil. All of it is evil. And these songs telling people go boost and steal stuff. Where your ops at? We on the block, drive-bys. This is evil. This is worse than the police. It don't surprise me. But when our own people do stuff like this is out. This is here. Ooh, Jackson, Mississippi, we got some issues. Uh-huh. Starkville, we got issues too. How about they just busted a child trafficking ring right here and won't release any details? Didn't I tell y'all I have my head on swivel when I'm out here in these streets door dashing and lift driving? It's a lot go on in these little towns, y'all. They made a major announcement that they busted, but locally ain't said a word. You ain't said where it was at. You ain't said who. All you said was a few women and children were rescued. That's huge for a little town like this. Have y'all lost y'all freaking mind? So don't let your children walk the streets in the summertime to the store and stuff. They can't do that no more, y'all. I don't care how safe your neighborhood. You could be in a gate and all hell behind them gates. Just keep our children close. A little boy died at swim camp, learning his mama trusting these people to teach her child how to swim. The child is no longer here, okay? Another case, Georgia. These autistic kids in this water. We've been talking about this for years. We've been talking about this. Everybody knows this. Children with autism and nonverbal and things, they communicate and hear things that we don't know anything about. Water has been calling them. Water is still calling them. The little cute little boy in Georgia, the little baby, they found him in the pond in Clayton County. I think it's Clayton County over there. Yeah. Riverdale somewhere, West Atlanta. In the pond. He was over his auntie house or somebody's house, cousin, sister, somebody. So you can only imagine how his mama feel. How did he get out the house? How did you see all of that? It gonna have to be some alarms. These programs and these folks with this long money, Oprah. Y'all need to secure every parent's home free of charge. They got autistic kids to have special precautionary things or something. Do something like this instead of sitting up there talking about some woman who fell, who dead. Girl, is you the trafficking ring? That's what they say. I mean, it's just too much. We have no influence. And then little people like me, the little peons, nobody wants to listen to. But see, it doesn't matter about who listens, it's who we listen to. So as long as one person can be helped by whatever it is that he allowed me to share on social media, heaven is pleased. See, he already told us that narrow is going to be the way. People don't want to hear truth. All they want to do is talk about how low down the white man is to black folks. I agree with that. But I'm going to talk about something deeper. This crazy. And I'm not real what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not thirsty for stories to present. I'll say it like this. They find me. And only those of compassion that I'm led to speak on. But this goes beyond Jackson, Mississippi. This goes beyond Birmingham, Alabama. This goes beyond Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This goes beyond Nashville, Tennessee, Los Angeles, California, Denver, Colorado, Salt Lake City, Utah. Must I keep going? Albuquerque, New Mexico. It goes deeper than Houston, Texas, Galveston, New Orleans, all of that, Baton Rouge, all of that. It's deeper than that. Evil has no home, meaning it travels. And a lot of people are visiting different places during the summer. Your kids are going to different camps and events. I don't care if you're not spiritual. You need to start being spiritual because something's got a hold of these children, right? Yeah. Yeah, but let me get to the news portion of it so y'all can see exactly what they say happened. Like I say, this was this past Saturday.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With
The Hinds County coroner has identified the 3 victims killed in Saturday night's triple homicide in Jackson. The victims are identified as 25-year-old Kiana Weathersby, her 2-year-old son, Kamari Givens, and 30-year-old Erica Weathersby, Kiana's sister and the child's aunt. Jackson police say the 3 were found shot multiple times inside a home on Queen Alexandria Lane Saturday night. We spoke to a family member of the victims.
For someone to reach out to you and tell you that this didn't happen to your loved one, and then really when you get the extent of what happened, like it just put your world in shambles. I can't, I couldn't feel that pain, but as an understanding of seeing the hurt that what happened to my sister and to see the reaction to my mama, that's the pain that I won't wish that on nobody. This is something terrible. For 2 sisters and the child to get did the way they got did. Like you took 3 lives for nothing. What possibly can 2 women and a child do to you to make you want to kill them the way you killed them?
Investigators say a red 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage that belongs to one of the victims was taken from the scene. That vehicle has since been recovered. It was recovered at Manhattan Park in North Jackson. And Jackson police say the suspect is believed to be armed and dangerous.
So yeah, that was before they found out who did it. They got him now. But this is the mom, her sister, and the 2-year-old. And they say the sisters was very close. And to me, even that in itself looked beautiful because you don't see too much of that now. How many sisters you know can live together and be, and that's this is beautiful. See, that's the devil. He wants to, he wants to cut up where he know he can make some effect. You allow these demons to get in they allowed them to get them old boys. Who orchestrated this? They're gonna get to the bottom of it. I don't know. People are asking, is that one of them's dad? They haven't said yet. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna talk more about it. They're gonna have to. Because of course it's criminal. And without a doubt, they've named them as the suspect. So the dummies drove off in the girl one of the ladies' car. Like, see, these are these crash out people that be traveling these roads and stuff. And they just be trying to flee, but they have nowhere to run because you got blood on your hands. So by the grace of God, the Jackson police moved quickly on this and they got these idiots off the street because they don't deserve to be in the street. I don't think throwing them in a jail cell is gonna help them either. If anything, it make them more angrier. Like, what are they doing? But they definitely, I mean, child, I guarantee you it's a piece of money behind all this. I guarantee you. It draws. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I shared with y'all before about the 3 feet of water that I almost drowned in, and I keep telling people it was deep. It was that was spiritual. That stuff had me. The enemy was trying to kill me. We was at a water park. Me and my my first husband. We were very adventurous. We come off the water slide. His whole family, all of us, they're my family. And it's 3 feet of water that you land in, but for some reason, I didn't land on my feet. I landed like doing a handstand type thing. And it was like the water was drawing my head down, like, and I'm fighting trying to get up, and they thought I was playing. And see, I can't swim. I've never been interested in swimming. I'm not a fish, but maybe I need. I don't. Yeah, and so everybody was like, "What?" And I kept saying, "You don't get it." Like, but my ex sister in law, she got it because she was like, "Yeah, the water was trying to. Yeah, it will get you. It draws." And I couldn't explain it because then looking at the water, like that little kiddie pool water, I don't care if it's 2 inches of water. If it gets up in your nasal, nose, and head and stuff, and that's it. Like you can drown, and they'll tell you that. But needless to say, with autistic children, this is nothing new. Like this has been talked about for years, and the last few years is ramping up because the energy has ramped up. The waters of trouble. Patty said there was a young 2 or 3 year old allegedly autistic child got out of the home early a.m. and crossed a busy highway nearby where I live. That's what I'm saying, Miss Patty. How many more of these stories are we going to keep hearing? Why won't the government step up and do something with every child that's, diagnosed? Go in and make sure these homes are, you know, able to, stop to combat some of these happenings. How many more is it going to happen? Ooh, what you say, Miss Patty? And see, like that police chief lady was saying, I'm gonna show where she talked about it. This goes deeper than even this family. Things like this takes a whole community and put it on a whole different level, if you know what I mean. You know how it is. We sitting at the kitchen table, y'all. We just talking. They come and they sit around and they be like, man, that's messed up, da ya 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 ya. So it throws everything off course, and that's the enemy's plan. Now you're gonna have somebody on their side of the family that you already know what about to happen. We finna go ride down on his folks, and it goes, it's like a nonstop cycle. They had an interview with some gang members from Jackson. It's a guy called Taboo Room. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but check his channel out. He goes different places. I think he's like I'm not sure what his nationality is, but he's not American. But he goes to different places and he goes in the trenches and he actually talked to people and he actually walked the life with them and he gets deep with it. And I love his show. And he was talking to these young guys in Jackson about it was earlier this year, I think. And they were saying that basically just what I said. It's like a nonstop thing. Like everybody here is about, I'm gonna get you back, or if you do this, if you step on my shoes, I'm gonna get you. Then the person that you got, they family gonna want to get you. And it goes, he was like, and so he asked him, he said, do you think it's ever gonna stop? And the young man was like, no, he don't see how. So it's like people are getting immune to burying loved ones. And I don't think that's cool. They said a funeral home business is booming. I don't care how much they making. You can, baby, I'm not. You could say, Gwen, you'll be a millionaire if you just drive this body from here to there. I will stay poor and I'm rich in spirit. No, sir. Somebody said they dead. I don't care. I'm not I'm not I am no punk by far. And I tell people that. But when it comes to the things of the dead, I don't play around. I don't. I don't know. I no, cause the one little bump that I hear back there, it could be the speaker pop. Me and that her gonna be flipped upside down in a ditch. Do you hear me? And I already see it happening. So ain't no need of me trying to even set myself up for that. I had a nice job offer and probably could do that now, with driving the family. I did a couple of trial services, but even that wasn't for me. I mean, my heart goes out. I promise you, sincere condolences. But it's kind of weird to me how sometimes how can I say this? As the old folks said, don't wake up the dead. Let them sleep. Ooh, the people were going on and on. But you know what? I can't be the judge of how people grieve. I just know that either we grieve or not grieve, either one or two things. Either we keep living or we die with that person. And most of us don't want to die with nobody. We might say we do, but nah, not until your purpose is fulfilled. So we all should be encouraged. So let's see. Marina said, "Thank God they were caught, cause you killed that baby. You don't know nothing about nothing yet. Jesus, take the wheel." Marina, Mississippi, every blogger need to be on here. They've been talking about that police shot that baby last week. What about this? This is evil at its finest. These young men, I don't know what them is a force, Miss Patty. It's a whole different world. Uh-huh. It sure is. It's a whole that's a whole I'm not interested in that world I know. Ain't no telling what's on that floor at sea. And they keep doing all that. Leave that stuff alone. I'm not just, keep me centered. I don't want to go too high up on them plane. I ride a plane now, but I still, I feel I'm closer to God up there than that. I don't like that water. No, buddy. Ain't nowhere to go but to the bottom. But if I fall out the plane, I can fall on something. But if you in that water and you go down, no, no, I'm not even. I can't even. And it's some kind of condition that the doctor was telling me I had. Because one time I used to be having these nightmares about actually being like sucked underwater, until I found out that that's a demon. That's a demon. That's a panic attack demon. What they call it, hyperventilation demon. I could tell y'all about that. You have to be delivered from that. And it's like I just couldn't. I would just find myself just, just but yeah, so we gotta learn how to exhale. Water ain't meant to go up in my nose now. I'm sorry. And my feet are meant to stay on the ground. But see, the Wright brothers, but it's probably was somebody before them. They invented this thing called an airplane that gets us there a little bit quicker. Now I want to ride a train. I've never rode a train before, except as a kid, like holding on the side and jumping off in the country, that type of dangerous stuff. But I've never rode a train. I think I want to try that here soon. 50th birthday coming up. Choo choo. Hmm. Let me finish the video.
Alexandria Lane Saturday night. We spoke to a family member of the victims.
For someone to reach out to you and tell you that this didn't happen to your loved one, and then really when you just get the extent of what happened, like it just put your world in shambles. I can't, I couldn't feel that pain, but as I understand the seeing the hurt that what happened to my sister and to see the reaction to my mama, that's the pain that I won't wish that on nobody. This is something terrible. For two sisters and the child to get did the way they got did, like you took three lives for nothing. What possibly can two women and a child do to you?
And that's their brother, y'all. He live in Texas, they say. So, and he say he buried his wife 2 years ago who died of cancer. So that's what I'm saying. This stuff be heavy on people. Like this man, he done lost his two sisters, his nephew. He just buried he said he raising his kids on his own. This is crazy. So yeah, we got a lot in our community that we need to work on, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. I just wanted to share that. And then as a bonus, I saw this here, this boy in New York. We were talking about autistic kids. Make sure that these kids, a lot of them are smart now, high functioning. But what this little kid did, this is wild. He was able to get a Uber ride to the airport, and the Uber driver actually took him. So the children that are smart, and they ain't gotta be just autistic, but try to at least, I don't know how this happened, but he got to the airport and I'm not sure what happened. I didn't watch the whole video, as you can see. I about 2 seconds in, but I'm gonna play it now.
Here's how I got my contacts for free using my vision insurance benefits on 1 800 Contacts. I use 1 800.
He dropped the boy off alone, upset and relieved after their autistic child, who just finished fifth grade, somehow managed to book an Uber early in the morning, and the driver took the child to the airport where he dropped the boy off alone. And the adventure and panic does not end there. James Ford has the story, joining us now live from JFK in Queens. Hi, James.
And Shirley, we are talking about a boy who lives just 15 minutes away from JFK, but it was an eternity for his parents when the boy got obsessed with flying some 6,700 miles from here. If this were your home at 5:54 a.m. on a Sunday, and this was your 11-year-old child getting into a rideshare vehicle all alone, you might have the same reaction as the child's parents.
And I was pissed, quite honestly. I was pissed off. Why would you let, he doesn't appear to be presented as a teenager or an adult. He looks like a kid. Why would you drive off?
Tanisha and Jamel Johnson are the parents of 11-year-old Jamel Josiah Johnson. He likes to have boisterous fun. He's also autistic.
They're really passionate about what they want.
In this case,
I'm just so curious about what is out there in Japan.
He was obsessed with going to places in Japan he's seen on TV. So he packed his suitcase, got into the Uber.
Yeah, so this happened in New York, y'all. And this little boy, you know, mom is right. How dare them, pick him up? But ma'am, how did he who who bank account he used? What how did he book the ride? Like, I'm missing something. They take 12-year-olds to the airport all the time, but I wouldn't have unless it was a kid ride. So I don't know. I don't have mine set up for people under 18 because I just don't. The liability is too much. You got to be at least 18 to ride with me with Lyft. But how did he book the ride? Lack of accountability can really cause us to keep going through stuff like this. Again, like some of these law people, Jasmine Crockett, you very loud. Why don't y'all see about getting something, for these homes or something? Because, it seems like more and more children are autistic these days. Either I didn't know back in the day or they just wasn't reported. But it seems like now there's an increase of it. I keep seeing it in the black community, and I don't know. Maybe they need to see what's causing all of this. But neither here nor there, the ones that are here, we got to make sure we take care of these babies like this too. This little boy said he talking about from Japan. How he pay for? Did he have a ticket? See, technology has really done a harm in some ways to our community. And devices are raising kids, and things like this are happening. Lord forbid that would have been a pedophile or something that picked the child up. So we're grateful that he's still alive. 11. The article said 12, 11, 12, whatever. He's too little. And then he goes to my, hey, are you Uber? I mean, come on now, little fella.
Aya Johnson. He likes to have boisterous fun. He's also autistic.
They're really passionate about what they want.
In this case,
I'm just a little curious about what is out there in Japan.
he was obsessed with going to places in Japan he's seen on TV. So he packed his suitcase, got into the Uber, and off they went.
They sent me their policy now and say no one under 18 should be riding unaccompanied. That's in writing. They sent it to me as well. So I'm like, well, if that's your policy, how did this gentleman decide to just let my 11-year-old get in his car and go off without an adult?
The parents woke up after 6 a.m. panicked. They checked the doorbell cam and saw this, but had no way to know that the SUV had dropped the boy off curbside at Terminal 1 at JFK all by himself. The couple also saw that the dad's phone was missing.
When I called my phone, Port Authority police picked up. And that's how we found out that he was with them. And they were like, well, Uber dropped him off. And they said he was on the TSA line.
Where Port Authority police were alerted. The family are calling them heroes, not so much for the rideshare company and driver.
I just really want Uber to be more responsible and making sure that drivers are aware that, one, you should never pull off without an adult.
Uber told us.
Oh my God, y'all, this is tearing me up. This is tearing me up because you can, like they said, we on the outside, we see both sides. I can see the fault in the driver and I can see the fault in the parent. Like, this is so, it's like shared responsibility, I guess they would say, like lack of responsibility. First of all, the driver, okay. Yes, he did appear to be a kid. So I don't drive for Uber. I don't know their rules. I know Lyft does have a teenage policy with kids 12 and over. I don't do it though. So the driver, yes, I agree. Was they even paying attention to how the child looked? I don't know. Sometimes, to be honest, we don't even make eye contact. You pull over, it be like real light eye contact. You so and so, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. If there's like no, I don't sense no danger. I don't just stare my passengers up and down. And then it's a picture on there that shows you who your passenger is going to be. So I don't know if Uber does that, but Lyft does. You have to have your picture on there. So I'm wondering, now if he booked it under his father, because they said something about he called his phone, then yeah, this driver need and that's a black he ordered the black car. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm hollering. No, no, little buddy. He ordered the black car. Little buddy went in style. Wait a minute. Wait. He pulling up like Obama. Wait a minute. He I just noticed this. Them rides are more expensive. Now who did all of this? He did it. He I guess he said he going all the way out. Yeah. Yeah. And see, but Rena said, that's what I'm sitting here wondering. If he booked the ride, he probably did. But if he was at TSA, that mean he had that ticket. He was that golden man. Listen, how is this kid accessing y'all bank account? Come on now, mama and daddy. We all can do better now. That's your At the end of the day, that's your child. How he booked it? How he him went order him a black car. I ain't mad at him with his little wonderful self. I don't understand why the driver had no questions about this young boy. I don't know, Miss Pat. He wasn't even dressed up like no man, and he was like a kid.
They're disturbed over boy got upset.
I'm gonna play it over in just a second. I want to see. Okay, that's him walking out right there. Look like he got kid luggage. Oh, you can definitely tell that's a kid. You can definitely tell that's a young boy. Right, Marina? How did the boy book all of this? Miss Patty did. He got the black car. How did he book all of this? Children have too much, Too much access. Too much. Marina said, probably not. Right, my man. Too much. Too much. I've drove about 8 years ago, and they do put their picture up, and most jump in the back seat, so the driver probably wasn't paying them. Yes, yes, right. And see, that's why I was saying, let me get a driver a little bit of grace, just a little grace. I don't, I I don't know. All they know is they paid to pick up somebody at this spot, and this person coming out, bam, that's your passenger. So at the end of the day, I feel as if the parents should take ultimate responsibility, because at the end of the day, like, that's your child. Like, even when we blame teachers and things for, well, we can't control who teacher, maybe that's not a good example, but at the end of the day, say you whoever we trust our kids to, that's where that discernment got to kick in too. Everybody that appear to have a good rating or appear to be good with kids, they're not godly with your kids. See, good and evil, that's different. There are centers here, like little daycare centers. These folks be teaching witchcraft type stuff. And I say that because anytime all this magical, all that kind of mystical stuff, gets in these kids' heads to believe that they really a butterfly that can fly off a roof, a lot of that stuff is demonic now. So we gotta watch all the cute teachings that these kids get and stuff. And see, they say he was fascinated about Japan. This boy probably sit up all night watching Japan, probably reading, talking about it. Monitor his actions a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. I can't tell you how to raise your kids. Mine grown. They turned out pretty well. Not my nothing I did. It's just the grace of God. But that's why I gave it to him, for him to, help with me raise my kids, because I didn't know what to do. Still wouldn't know what to do. And if you think you know so much to do, you need to humble yourself, and say, because this could be you. This could be your child or your grandchild loading up. So what would you do in that situation? Would you get upset with the driver, or would you be upset with yourself? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would be upset with myself. I'd be like, how in the ham sandwich did his boy do all this? What I need to do that this don't happen no more? But see, we can keep blaming people, blaming people. Oh, they beat us. We were slaves. All that. We not finna live in that. We press past all of that kind of stuff and take care of our own business, our own families, our own communities. It's enough going on in this block right here while I'm worried about a block across the world. See, that's what I'm talking about. Local things. You got panhandlers all on social media panhandling across the United States, when you got somebody that stay upstairs from you that could use that $5 that you giving to these jacklegs. I said it because it's the truth. We've got to live in reality, not unrealistic things, flying in jets to Japan. This child is autistic. You can't expect more from him right now. But he's gonna need a little bit more tight supervision than a regular 12-year-old. So this is where we at. I don't know what I would do if mine was children these years. I was already what they call a helicopter mom, but not just so because I didn't trust them. It's just I don't trust the world. But now that they're grown and you do what you can and know that they're still gonna make mistakes, but whatever you can to protect them, we got to do what we got to do. If these kids are under your roof, you're responsible for them, not the laptop. I some people get nannies. Well, you better make sure she intact now, because some of these people come in and they be molesters, they be perverts, they be, they bring spirit, they asleep with your spouse. All kinds of stuff goes on, y'all. So the evil is here is all my message is. And don't go getting a color to it. Because as we see, going back to Jackson, Mississippi, this is some evil stuff, and these people look just like me. They look like most of y'all that's probably listening to me, And it is what it is, you know. I don't like it. I can't do anything, you know, to combat it. The only thing I can do is to try to make sure that, you know, anybody I'm connected to don't end up in these mug shots. We don't talk about channeling emotions enough. We don't talk about conflict resolution. We don't talk about how losing a loved one affect children as well. Some of these kids grow up with killer mentalities because they ain't never been taught how to deal with grief when they saw granddaddy shoot grandmama or something. It goes deep, y'all. But people don't want to pull back that layer. They want to take Tylenol. They don't want to go through antibiotic. I'm on my last day of antibiotic. It takes you down through there. But in the end, you'll be delivered. Hot dog, we right at an hour. I am Gwen Michelle. I appreciate y'all for coming and spending this time with me today. This been my kitchen table. God told me kitchen table, Miss Patty. You know how the old country folk, we sit at the table. When it's time to really talk, we sit at the kitchen table. And this is what I had to do today because it's time. Like, come on now. This too much. It ain't got nothing to do with the white man. This right here got all to do with evil. Y'all stay blessed, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Let's go. Gwen Michelle, sent to tell tales of self-help and hope. Let's go, let's go. Who are you? If I may ask the question with all concern, I do understand that we all must learn exactly the identity of what we possess. Never ever think you are less than the next. Maintain respect and humbly pray, tuning out what enemies say. Allow the mean to be the thing to push you to greater. Yes, soon and not later. Our skin alone tells powerful lessons. Wrinkles result of stressing. Let us refuse to continue to use false reasons for defeated seasons. Who are you? Answer your own question and tell raw facts, not anyone's business concerning the lack of positive axes. How to handle situations relating to relations and outcomes when cat daddy shows up. Sister girl, let's run. Stay focused, seek the Father, which art in heaven. My story is baptized, creek water, age 11. I know who I am, I want you to know too. Growth daily, we never through knowledge is power and prayer. Available any, all hours. Stay focused and drink lots of H2O. Rise up, let the world know I am okay. I understand best decisions have to be made today. Gwen Michelle, another tale of self-help and hope. Yes, 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 and yes. Gwen Michelle is back again to tell another tale of self-help and hope. Hope is the new dope. Excuse me, you're gonna be okay. Excuse me, you hear what I say. Excuse me, what seems to be the issue? Here go a piece of tissue so you can wipe your face. I too understand life can be a hard race. Excuse me, you think God sent you this way without purpose for today. I know you don't feel too good. You think it's helping puffing that wood. You got that wine beside your bed. Demonic thoughts in your head. Next door neighbor found dead. Excuse me, you're gonna be okay. Excuse me, you hear what I say. Excuse me, what seems to be the issue? Here go a piece of tissue so you can wipe your face. Excuse me, you gonna be okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Brand new day. Days of new cheer, minus pain from last year. what I say. Decide and choose today. We gonna be okay. Sweet like the month of May. Excuse me. Let the small stuff fade away. Today is our new day. We standing, we demanding. Excuse me, you're gonna be okay. Excuse me, you hear what I say. Excuse me, what seems to be the issue? Here go a piece of tissue so you can wipe your face. Heartbeat strong and true. It is okay, we made it through. Love and patience, helping hearts across all nations. We gonna be okay. Oh yes, we already okay. Brighter days, bringing back easy breezy reasons to have beautiful days. Bringing back the love and peace. Violence cease. We gonna be okay. Oh yes, yes, okay, okay, okay. Better choices today. Take care, my beautiful people. Another tale from Gwen Michelle of self help and hope.